Silly Witch is a novelty board book filled with Halloween-related jokes for toddlers and older kids as well. It's part of a series of novelty board books by Sandra Magsamen. Hi, I'm Dan Skinner, and welcome to the Kids Bookshelf. Ahead, we'll explore the book and talk with the author about the inspiration behind it. Sandra Magsamen is the author of over 200 books for children and adults, including the picture book When I Grow Up, I Want to Be Me, and several best-selling novelty titles. In addition to creating books, she's an artist, art therapist, and designer. Sandra, welcome to the Kids Bookshelf.
Thank you. I'm delighted to be here.
Well, this is another in your series of novelty board books, and this time, just in time for Halloween, it's Silly Witch. So tell us about this book.
Well, Silly Witch follows Silly Santa, which was last year's introduction. And Silly Witch shares about 10 wonderful little jokes for our little ones, all of Halloween jokes. They're jokes about ghosts and witches and goblins. And it's a wonderful way to bring a lot of joy and laughter to the season. And also at the same time, give our kids some sense of self-esteem and confidence and agency. And what I'd like to share is that when parents are obviously reading these books to their little ones. The book is really for age 2 to 4, really before kids really are reading. But the children memorize these jokes right away, and they want to share them, and they want to make their grandparents and their parents and their friends and siblings laugh. And when they do that, they have a sense of agency that is just absolutely wonderful and gives them, a sense of confidence and self-esteem as they move forward in the world.
Well, can we hear a couple of those jokes from the book?
Of course, yes. I have my handy book right here. All right. How do you fix a broken jack-o'-lantern?
How?
Well, you turn the book upside down for the answer with a pumpkin patch, of course.
That makes sense.
And the illustration has a pumpkin with a little Band-Aid on it. What is a witch's favorite subject at school?
This one I could guess, but tell us what it is.
Spelling.
Spelling, of course.
How do you make a witch itch?
That one I think is particularly clever, yes.
Take away the W, of course.
Yeah, take away the W, which becomes itch.
And you can see, as in Silly Santa last year, which Santa's feet coming out of the book, now we have the witch's feet coming out of the book with its wonderful metallic tights and big black boots.
Shall we do one more, and then I want to talk more about the series?
What game do ghosts love to play?
The answer
Peekaboo.
is peekaboo, of course. All right. Now, this is a series of novelty books. And as you point out, this is a great way for parents or other adults and children to interact. And it also is, one of those earliest books that introduces kids to the idea of reading.
Yes.
And talk to us a little bit about your philosophy that goes into not only these novelty books, but your children's books and all the other products that you make.
Thank you. Yes. In addition to being an author and an illustrator, I come to that work as an art therapist and certainly as a mom, but as an art therapist, I bring a lot of developmental understanding and philosophy to the work that I do. What we know for sure is that the younger you can read to a child, a baby, even the better. That really helps develop the brain, the synapses. It really helps a child to develop who they're going to be and all they're meant to be. So all of my books really start for young children, even 0 to 3, 0 to 4. And what I have done is really taken the idea that unlike a tablet or being on a screen for a 2-year-old, when a mother or a father or a grandparent or even a teacher sits with the child is sitting right next to them. So there's a bond, there's a connection as they begin to explore the book and read together. That builds all kinds of important connections. Children begin to learn to connect. They begin to communicate. They learn the importance of, being together, and they learn language. And so these books are designed to enhance and support all those early milestones. The reason why I'm so excited about novelty board books and why I've spent the last 25 years inventing them and designing them is because a novelty board book is a board book, as we know, board over paper, but I also incorporate some other element, in this case, the witch's feet. But often there are ears on the top of the book, you can see behind me, or there are, like in the case of I Love You Even When You're Crabby, there's little crab claws. And that's a book that helps a child when they're having a really rotten day. And the book is playful and fun, and it tells them that we're going to love you even if you have a crabby day. And there are ways to turn that frown upside down. So that connection and giving the child something to hold on to and engage with, we kind of blend stuffed animal toy with book and meaning. And that's the heart of everything that I do. They're love letters to our children, every single book for every single stage, every day, including holidays.
So what is it you personally enjoy about creating these books for children?
Well, for me, I'm a problem solver and having that creative, inventive mind. When I think about what's the message? What's the theme of the book? Whether it's a holiday or whether it's helping a child who's having, a yucky day, who's trying to understand their feelings. For me, as a creative person, I get to think about what materials, what's the right character, what's the right poetry that shares that message and helps come up with solution, and what's the correct novelty to add to that, so that all those components work together so that what we're presenting and sharing with the child is a book that really is doing the heavy lifting, entertaining the child, helping them learn to read, helping them learn language development, giving them ways to self-soothe, learning a message, and enjoying it all the while and connecting with someone they love. So, our books are really three-dimensional in that way.
In addition to the books, there are other things you also create. For people who would like to learn more about you and all the things you do you have a website they can go to?
I do. It's my name, Sandra Magsamen.com. We also have an Instagram, also my name. And yeah, there's, we post every day about projects we're doing and things we're working on and companies I work with. So it's very informative. Hopefully it's inspirational, quotes that I love, things that have inspired me. And it's there for folks to check out, and you can write to me, reach out to me. I also encourage parents. A lot of parents write to me and like, well, I've written a book for my child. And, I think that's amazing. Self-publish it, use one of the online book, publishing formats to create it, give it to your child, read it to your child, and share it. I think that parents are the best authors, and they know the stories that their children will most respond to. And often they're stories about their child.
What's next for you?
Well, I'm continuing to work on the next books for next year. We're having a new book come out for Easter called Your Extraordinary, and that's really exciting. And we're planning out books for the future, for in the fall of next year and beyond. So I just continue to write and create and invent new ideas for children and for families.
This novelty board book is Silly Witch by Sandra Magsamen. Sandra, thank you for talking with me today.
Thank you so much. I so enjoy spending time with you.
If you'd like to purchase Silly Witch, I've placed a link for you in the description below. If you enjoyed this conversation, please subscribe, like, and click on the bell so you know when I post new interviews. Meanwhile, there are 2 more books you might find interesting. Well, thank you for watching this edition of the Kids Bookshelf. I'm Dan Skinner. Until next time, keep sharing the gift of reading.